Fair Use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. October 2nd. The Acid Test. As we work the first 9 steps, we prepare ourselves for the adventure of a new life. But when we approach step 10, we commence to put our AA way of living to practical use. Day by day, in fair weather or foul, then comes the acid test. Can we stay sober, keep in emotional balance, and live to good purpose under all conditions? 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 88. I know the promises are being fulfilled in my life, but I want to maintain and develop them by the daily application of step 10. I have learned through this step that if I am disturbed, there is something wrong with me. The other person may be wrong too, but I can only deal with my feelings. When I am hurt or upset, I have to continually look for the cause in me, and then I have to admit and correct my mistakes. It isn't easy, but as long as I know I am progressing spiritually, I know that I can mark my effort up as a job well done. I have found that pain is a friend. It lets me know there is something wrong with my emotions, just as a physical pain lets me know there is something wrong with my body. When I take the appropriate action through the 12 steps, the pain gradually goes away. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, October 2nd. It is essential to my recovery to help my Al-Anon group by accepting any of the various responsibilities necessary to keep things running smoothly. Perhaps the principal reason that service is so vital is that it brings me into frequent contact with newcomers. I can get caught up in the trivial problems of everyday life and lose perspective on the many gifts I have received since coming to Al-Anon. Talking with newcomers brings me back to reality. When I set out literature, make coffee, or chair a meeting, I become someone a newcomer might think to approach. I remember the frustration of struggling with alcoholism by myself. I had no tools, no one to talk to. Al-Anon changed that. Now, no matter how difficult things may seem, I have a fellowship and a way of life that help me to cope. I am no longer alone. Today I have much for which I am grateful, but I need to remember how far I have come so I don't get lost in negativity or relatively unimportant matters. Service helps me remember. Today's reminder. The Al-Anon program was there for me when I needed it. I will do what I can to ensure that it continues to thrive. I know that any service I offer will strengthen my own recovery. There is a quote from In All Our Affairs, and it reads, God did for me what I couldn't do for myself. He got me involved in service work. It saved my life, my family, my sanity. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, October 2nd. Keeping Faith. We grasp the limitless strength provided for us through our daily prayer and surrender as long as we keep faith and renew it. Basic text, page 46. There are 2 parts to recovery, getting clean and staying clean. Getting clean is comparatively easy because we only have to do it once. Staying clean is more difficult, requiring attention every day of our lives, yet both draw their power from faith. We got clean on faith. We admitted that addiction was more powerful than we were, and we stopped trying to fight it on our own. We turned the battle over to a power greater than ourselves, and that higher power got us clean. We stay clean each day the same way, on faith. Just for today, we surrender. Life may be too big for us to tackle on our own power. When it is, we seek a power greater than ourselves. We pray, asking our higher power for direction and the strength to follow it. By exercising and renewing our faith on a daily basis, we tap the resources we need to live clean, full lives. There is limitless strength available to us whenever we need it. To grasp it, all we need to do is keep faith in the higher power that got us clean and keeps us clean. Just for today, faith got me clean, and faith will keep me clean. Today I will keep faith with my higher power. I will renew my surrender and pray for knowledge and strength. Today, Emotions Anonymous, October 2nd. Reflection for today. So many of my negative feelings stem from carrying feelings from the past into today, or from projecting what might go wrong in the future. I do this every time I expect difficulty, failure, or rejection. I am pulling out my past pain and wearing it all over again. I do it too when I start thinking during a moment of pleasure. It won't work out like this again. When I remember to enjoy each moment for the sheer delight and goodness it offers, when I look upon negative experiences as lessons for improving my life, I am cutting my life into manageable proportions. Meditation for today. With your help, may I make the most of each moment. Today, I will remember. I will live this day as fully as I can, and at the end of the day, I will let it go. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics' dysfunctional families. October 2nd. Walking wounded. Adult children have been described as the walking wounded, strutting about in a state of emotional and spiritual bankruptcy while claiming to be fine. BRB, page 71. We carried around deep wounds from childhood. When we were asked how we were, we said fine because we felt they wouldn't really want to know. But our actions and attitudes spoke our truth. None of us would be in ACA if life had not been difficult for us. We didn't learn good coping skills when we were kids because our role models either masked their pain with something, often alcohol or drugs, or they took their anger out on the most defenseless people in their midst, us. We learn in recovery that we have the ability to change our attitudes and our lives. We don't need to carry our wounds with us forever. We can consciously change our attitudes and thus change not only ourselves but our part in the interaction we have with others. If we hang on to past hurts as if they are badges of courage, we rob ourselves of the promise of today. We now choose to use the tools of ACA that will take us from the depths of our victim role into the warm sun. We shed our victim clothing for a new spring wardrobe. The affirmation reads, "On this day I will work my program as if my life depends on it, because it does." Please like, share, subscribe, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be. And to remember that you are not alone, and also that recovery is absolutely possible, one day at a time.